Hello, and welcome back. It's been a little bit, but we are back with another craft tutorial. We are no longer doing the once a week crafts, but we are doing a once a month craft to keep you guys busy even while that you're back in school. As always, you can pick up your craft at the local Woodmere branch of your library if you want to partake in our craft. This month, we are doing an embroidery hoop message board. It comes with everything you need. Each kit has a different fabric and clip color, so don't worry if Hello Kitty and pink are not your scene. I've got lots of choices for you. In this kit, you have an embroidery hoop with 2 halves, a square of whatever fabric you choose. We put a little sample so you know what you're getting on the outside. Mini paper clips in the color of your kit. Again, get a little sample on the outside so you know what you're getting. And some twine. I have 4 pieces, about 1 foot long, of twine. So, what you need to do is take the smaller of your hoops, the one without the screw on it, and set it flat on your table. Then you want to take your fabric and lay it pattern side up over your hoop. And I'll have to hold it up for you so you can kind of see what's going on, and then kind of center it so it's about the same distance on all 4 sides. Then we take our pieces of twine and you lay them across in the pattern that you would like. So with this, you want this little screw right at the top, so you're not going to want to put a piece of twine directly at the top because this isn't going to be as tight as you want it to be. On mine, I'm going to put the pieces kind of just off center, here and here, and then 2 pieces going across so that we can still tighten it, but there's lots of room for you to put your little notes on your board. So, I'll lay those out in the design that you want. It's kind of across the top, on top of your fabric. Then, you want to take the outer hoop. If it's not undone, you want to hold the screw end and kind of untwist it so it's about as loose as it'll go, just so we don't have any extra pulling on it that we don't want yet. So there we go. That's pretty much all the way unscrewed, so I'm going to go with that. Now here's the hard part. We're going to take this and put it over the top and push down. This is where it gets a little bit hard because it likes to pop off. Alright, so I have it on. It's very loose right now, as you can see. So we want to tighten everything up a little bit. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to flip this upside down. Take your left hand or your right hand if you're left-handed and use that to hold down the hoop. And then with your other hand, you want to take and kind of pull everything tight. So you want to kind of pull and tighten up all of those strings. Strings are probably going to be your bigger problem than your fabric. With this one, I'm going to kind of move them around so they're a little more straight because you can really tell on that square fabric. I'll do this one now. I'm going to hold it together so we can kind of see what we're doing, hopefully. Ooh, see? Popped that hoop off. So why we want to try to be aware of how we're doing it. I'm actually going to turn this so it's the right way up and do it again. Now, it may take a couple tries. As you can see, both my original trial and this one I'm going to have to do twice, but that's okay. It's understandable. I'm going to hold this down on the table this time, so maybe I can get this tightened up without popping it off. I'm almost using like my whole arm just so I can really put some pressure on that and not have to worry about it popping out of place. Alright, do a little adjusting here since that is not quite where I want the strings to be. Now, I turned mine over to kind of look at how I'm doing. As you can see, got a lot tighter, but now that I can kind of see a little more what I'm doing, and it's a little better shape, I'm going to do the same thing, hold down, and kind of tug where it needs to be tightened on the strings. Alright, now, I'm going to do the same thing with the fabric. Flip over, push down hard with one hand, and just kind of tug around until it's the tightness that I want to see. You can also kind of recenter it if you're you got a little more fabric on one end than the other. And go back and adjust again. There's going to be a lot of just trial and error until you get it the way you want it to look. Depends how particular you are. If you're really kind of a perfectionist like me, you could probably spend a lot longer doing this, but your effect will still be the same even if it's not absolutely perfect. Okay, so we're gonna call this good. Got your fabric, got your strings. Now, you're gonna take the screw at the top here, hold the screw end, works better for me, and then retighten the washer. You could certainly try it the other way. Oh, that works pretty well too. Hold the washer and tighten the screw in also works, just kind of depending on how tight that screw is. Some of these are a little stiffer than others. I'm going to kind of stop and retighten some spots as I go, just to make sure we are where we want to be. Again, don't forget to hold down though, because you're starting to do some of that tightening work and don't want to pop it out of place now. Alright. Keep going here. Now, if you've got some like little needle nose pliers, you can probably get a little bit better grip on this. I didn't really find it necessary, but if you really want to make sure this is tight, you could definitely do that. Alright, so we are in. We are tight. The strings are pretty tight. The fabric is pretty tight. Not perfectly in center, but it looks homemade. That's the point, right? Now, you want to take scissors. So you'll need some scissors from home. And then you want to trim right along that circle so it's nice and even for you. The sharper the scissors, the better. These are just regular craft scissors and they're going to work okay. But if you had some fabric scissors, it would work even better. I find it the most helpful to kind of hold this straight up and then just cut like almost with your scissors flat against that hoop, like that. So we're going to go all the way around. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just cleaning up the edges. You could honestly leave it if you liked the look of it loose. Alright, so here's the back. Again, all trimmed up. Not perfect. A little longer on some ends than the other. But from the front, got a really cute message board there with some strings. Now, take your safety pins. You can also use the extra one that I have on the container if you want to use them all. And then just clip those on whatever places you want to clip them. I find it helpful, as I drop it on myself, to kind of split them up a little bit. That way if you've got large things, you can kind of space them out a little bit. So let's do that. Okay. So there we go. All my clips on there. And then you can clip whatever you would like right on there. Obviously this is a little big, but pictures, little notes from friends, little drawings, whatever you would like, you can clip and then just hang on a hook right from that top portion. So, little display piece you can put in your room, or if you're heading off to college soon, in your dorm, or maybe even in your locker with a little magnet. So there you go, guys. Fun, easy little craft that will add some cool flair to your personal space and give you spaces to store those little trinkets that you want to display. Thanks, guys, as always, and enjoy. Hope you have a good one.